In a move that's stirring headlines and locker rooms alike, Tennessee has landed veteran quarterback Joey Aguilar through the transfer portal, a late but bold addition that signals the Volunteers aren't leaving anything to chance ahead of the 2025 season. Aguilar, a seasoned signal caller who began his college journey at Diablo Valley College before making waves at Appalachian State, was most recently linked to UCLA. But after the Bruins flipped five-star recruit Nico Iamaleava, Aguilar made a swift pivot, heading east to Knoxville. The timing? Less than ideal. The potential? Still very real. Let's not sugarcoat it. This is a quarterback room in flux. Tennessee, coming off a year where QB play was often under the microscope, now welcomes a guy who's thrown for over 6,700 yards and 56 touchdowns in 2 seasons at App State. Aguilar holds multiple single-season school records and was named Sun Belt Newcomer of the Year in 2023. That season, he was electric: 33 touchdowns, nearly 3,800 yards, and a 64% completion rate. But in 2024, the story shifted. His accuracy dipped below 56%, touchdown numbers dropped to 23, and he tossed 14 picks, a red flag in any league, let alone the SEC. Still, what Joey Aguilar brings is experience, something neither Jake Merklinger nor early enrollee George MacIntyre can match. Merklinger has been in the system longer but hasn't started a game. MacIntyre? Promising, yes. Prepared? That's the million-dollar question. And that's what makes Aguilar's arrival so fascinating. He's coming in cold, missing spring camp, and his first full team reps won't come until fall camp. He'll have mere weeks to absorb Josh Heupel's playbook and build chemistry with his weapons. That's an uphill climb, especially in the unforgiving gauntlet of SEC play. The whispers of a QB controversy aren't just off-season fluff. This is a true open competition. If you're handicapping the race today, Aguilar likely leads, followed by Merklinger with MacIntyre trailing, not for lack of talent, but for lack of reps. But rankings are fluid. Adaptation is key. Off the field, Tennessee may have scored a financial win too. After reportedly investing heavily in Nico, the shift to Aguilar, while not cheap, likely eases the budget strain a bit. Sources close to the situation suggest the cost for Aguilar is significantly lower, yet he still offers a veteran presence under center. The Tennessee Volunteers are heading into the 2025 season with more questions than answers at quarterback, and it's setting up to be one of the most intriguing storylines in college football. After the unexpected departure of Nico Iamaleava, a quarterback many fans believed would carry the torch into a new era, Tennessee found itself scrambling in a difficult spot. Enter Joey Aguilar from the transfer portal, not necessarily the perfect schematic fit, but a much-needed addition to a depleted room that includes freshman phenoms like Jake Merklinger and George MacIntyre. Let's be clear, this isn't just about replacing talent. This is about recalibrating a system. Aguilar, while experienced, comes with red flags: high turnover rates, a sub 60% completion percentage, and visible regression once teams had enough film on him last season. That's a risk in Josh Heupel's offense, which thrives on efficiency, timing, and quarterbacks who limit mistakes. Think Hendon Hooker or Dylan Gabriel, not gunslingers. Yet, for all the noise surrounding the quarterback room, there's a quiet confidence in Knoxville. The Vols still boast a top 15 defense, a consistent ground game, averaging over 5 yards a carry in each of Heupel's 4 seasons, and emerging talent at tight end that could make 2 tight end sets a real weapon. Add in a revamped offensive line with improved pass protection and a wide receiver group with nowhere to go but up, and there's reason to believe this team can still compete at a high level, even with average quarterback play. The challenge? Maintaining momentum while rebuilding under center. Heupel's track record shows adaptability. He's won 19 games over the past 2 seasons despite inconsistent quarterback play, but fans are growing restless. After all, Tennessee is coming off a stretch where its offense was shut out in the first half for nearly a month. And in the SEC, patience is paper thin. A slow start against Syracuse or a letdown against Georgia in Week 3 could turn April optimism into October unrest. What's perhaps most compelling is the genuine sense of competition brewing. Unlike previous years where the starter was more or less penciled in, this season feels like a true battle. Don't be surprised if Tennessee trots out more than one starting QB throughout the season. It's not about finding a star, it's about finding someone who won't lose games. For Heupel, this is a strategic reset, maybe even a philosophical one. Do you spend big on trenches and skill positions, then go budget at quarterback with a system-ready transfer each year? Or do you continue to chase the 5-star upside and risk volatility? As Tennessee barrels toward another pivotal fall, the Volunteers find themselves in a strikingly familiar position, searching for clarity at quarterback, seeking consistency on offense, and holding tight to the belief that Josh Heupel still has the magic. But the glow from that electric 2022 campaign, when Tennessee led the nation in scoring and turned Neyland Stadium into a scoreboard inferno, has begun to dim. Now, with 3 straight years of erratic passing production, questions about whether Heupel's offensive brilliance has staying power are louder than ever. The dream that 2022 would be the start of a dominant offensive era now feels more like a high water mark. It's jarring to imagine that what fans witnessed that season may already be the peak of the Heupel era offensively. But if that's true, what comes next? Enter a summer of uncertainty. Nico Iamaleava's departure to UCLA sent ripples through the quarterback room and opened the door for Appalachian State transfer Joey Aguilar. He's got the experience, he's got the arm, and he's got that daring gunslinger mentality. But in the SEC, reckless confidence can quickly turn into turnovers. Aguilar threw 14 interceptions in 2024. A concerning trend that Tennessee can't afford to replicate in the toughest conference in college football. Still, there's intrigue in what he might bring if the system helps him settle down. Meanwhile, redshirt freshman Jake Merklinger looms as a true wild card. He's not going to dazzle in practice reports or wow you with elite arm strength, but he just might be the guy who thrives when the lights come on. Coaches crave the obvious. Quarterbacks who flash in drills, make all the throws, and look polished before game day. But Merklinger might be cut from that rare cloth like Hendon Hooker or Josh Dobbs before him. Quarterbacks who don't just impress, they win. Tough, poised, and respected by teammates, Merklinger feels like a natural leader. He may not be QB1 today, but don't count him out when it matters most.